So, very good morning to all of you. So far we have completed the time complexity, asymptotic notation, and the practical complexities. Already we have taken examples for order of growth of functions. Already we have taken. So some examples also have given to you people how log base 2 n has been taken into consideration and how linear can be taken, polynomial can be taken. Everything has been given to you in the previous classes here itself. Already performance analysis also be taken into consideration. So now I'd like to complete these two. So what is the performance measurement and what about amortization complexity? Okay, these two will be taken into consideration and these two will be gets completed today. So that today unit number 1 will be completed for the design and analysis of algorithms. So without further delay, let's get started. Let's get started today. So, sorry, this one. I'll also concentrate today. I'll also concentrate on what are the examples. I mean, what kind of examples we are supposed to, not examples. Previous question papers also be taken into consideration, and we'll evaluate them how the frequency count method and how the step count method will be gets operated out there. So before going to take those examples, let us examine what is step count method, then what is frequency count method, then how, so basically how they can be done, we will see. And then followed by, we'd like to take the question papers and we'll at least solve one or two problems on step count and frequency count methods, so that it could be very useful to you people to write examination also. Okay. So look at this step count method. What exactly the step count method will be? Then the step count method will be, so steps for execution. How many number of steps are going to be executed? So as a particular statement which is being change its result when execution of that particular statement. So this is very, very important. So changes. So as a result, it is very, very important. For example, let us consider as a result in the sense, we'd like to take some while, let us consider one particular small kind of statement here. So while I less than or equal to n, whatever it may be, whatever the specific statement, it could be taken into consideration. So I less than or equal to n. So here we would like to perform some kind of operation, something like this. So some printf, let me consider printf, let me write in a precise way. So percentage d, so I, so it is going to produce some value. Then followed by I plus plus, I plus plus, I will be gets increased and then close at this one. Here, step count method here in the sense, what exactly the statement will be gets having some kind of meaning with respect to this particular statement will be, so seems like this here. So here, as far as the statement is being concerned, this particular statement will be always changes the value and can be gets printed here. Changes the value in the sense initial I value will be equal to, let me write here somewhere else, I value equal to 1. So initially 1 is going to be printed, then followed by I plus plus. So the result will be gets changed here as far as I is concerned. I plus plus in the sense I will be gets changed from 1 to 2, and then it can be gets printed, and then so 2 will be printed in the next iteration, and I will be gets incremented one more time. The result will be gets changed from 2 to 3 here, and then it could be printed one more time. The result will be changed from 3 to 4, and so on and so forth until it could be reached to n. It could be reached to n here. Okay, so here this is one step. So this is one particular step, and this is another particular step. Okay, step count method here is always taken into consideration. How many times? Sorry, what is the resultant value has been changed within the specific statement that could be taken into consideration. printf is always produce the output towards what is that monitor that initially it is going to print 1, followed by 2, followed by 3, followed by 4. So continuously the value of I has been changed. So that is result has been changed as far as this particular statement is concerned, so that it will be considered as one single step. And similarly, the value of I has been changed here also. The value of I has been changed here, so that it is also considered as a single step for every time. Okay. In this way, so the step count method will be taken into consideration here. And the step count method is also estimating the time complexity on omitting of accounting. Accounting in the sense accumulation. Accumulation in the sense sigma, where exactly you are supposed to use sigma in the sense normally everybody has know something about sigma. Sigma in the sigma A of I will be written by me. So where I will be equal to 0 to n minus 1. For example, arrays will be taken into consideration. What does it mean? A of 0 plus A of 1 plus A of 2 plus A of 3 plus and so on, A of n minus 1. So that is called as accounting method. Accounting is always trying to, so summation will be took place. So that particular summation will not be considered. That particular summation could not be considered. That could be omits. That could be omits the accounting method for the time which is being spent by the chosen, whatever the operation you have taken into consideration. Okay. So this kind of summation cannot be taken into consideration. This kind of summation in the sense, don't consider that the value of A of 0, value of A of 1. That is not the specification here. The specification is, so how many times so-called operation will be executed? How many times it is being executed? So that the number of times will be called as accounting method. Number of times, how many times it is being executed will be called as accounting method. Let me explain you while taking the examples of the previous question paper questions. Then you could have some kind of idea regarding to accounting method here. Accounting method will be comes under frequency, and the accounting method will be eliminates from step count. So that is the basic difference. That is the basic difference. And then followed by any step count. Any step is a computation unit which is independent of the problem size. So problem size in the sense, if n will be here, you can take this particular problem here at this moment. N will be some 10 in the sense 10 steps will be done. N will be equal to 30 in the sense 30 steps will be done. Something like that. Okay. So problem size in the sense, problem might be having some 1,000 lines. That is not important. How many number of lines it could have, that is not important. Okay. So let me give you one specific example in terms of step count. It's very easy to understand. For example, some x will be equal to a plus b plus c minus d divided by 2, so minus 3 into 5, so plus some d, something like this. If we take this kind of operations, these are different operations. Addition followed by again addition, followed by subtraction, followed by division, followed by subtraction, followed by multiplication, followed by addition here. If we take this particular statement, how many number of operations are there? So this is first operation, second operation, third operation, fourth, fifth, and sixth, and seventh. 7 operations are there. Probably all these things will be all together if you follow some rules and regulations and associative properties. So probably 6 different operations will be done by this particular complete expression. Okay. So first 3 into 5 will be calculated, then d by 2 will be calculated, and so on and so forth. However, you can consider. So finally 6 different operations are going to be done while it is being really in execution mode. So however, as far as the step count method, this entire instruction will be executed exactly for once. Exactly for once. Within single step, so if values of A, B, C, D will be provided, within single step it could be count or it could be calculated this expression, and it can be stored within the value that is variable X. Okay. Individually, if you talk about individual operations of this particular expression, 7 different types of operations are there. But all together, all 7 operations will be done with a single step, only one step. Okay, and everything will be done in one step and could be stored. The resultant value can be stored here in X after evaluating this single step here. So that is the meaning. That's the meaning of so independent problems size in the sense. Look at these 7 operations are there. These are as far as the problem is concerned. Here it is 7 operations, but the execution pattern of this particular whole expression will be within single step. So that is the actual meaning of the step count that here. Hope that you could understand. So you could understand what is the step count here. Then the frequency count. Let us take the things which will be comes under frequency count. The frequency count method will be the basic difference between step count and the frequency count will be like this. Frequency count is always taken into consideration how many times a particular statement will be executed. Number of times. How many times a particular statement will be gets executed. That is called as a frequency. So how long the execution will be took place for one particular statement will be called as the step count. Step count in the sense, so how long the statement will be executed. Frequency count in the sense, how many times the frequency, the name itself indicates that what is the frequency of the execution. So how many times the statement will be gets executed will be called as, so that will be called as what you can say, frequency count method. So within this particular small explanation, I'd like to explain one particular example of my own, and then we'll go for the previous questions also. Let us change this one from PowerPoint presentation to, so look at this. For example, this example has given to you in the previous classes, but today I'd like to go in depth or in elaborate form. So let me consider, so x will be equal to, so x plus some 1, for example. This is one particular, let me consider this is segment A, okay, problem A, or program A. And then the program B will be, so x equal to, sorry, so so I equal to so 1, so I less than or equal to n, so I plus plus I plus plus. Let me take this particular kind of thing, and here x equal to, the statement will be x equal to x plus 1. Okay, so this is 1. Whereas one more thing, so segment, I mean one more program. So here, so for I equal to 1, so I less than or equal to, otherwise I less than or equal to, let me say n. So I plus plus. Same statement will be included in different ways. Okay. For j equal to, so 1, j less than or equal to, so again n, so j plus plus. Now same statement will be taken into consideration, x equal to, so x plus 1. This is one more kind of a program. We are concentrating on only x equal to x plus 1. How many times so-called operation will be, I mean frequency count method I'm talking about. I'm talking about a frequency. So frequency count method. Okay, this is I'm talking about how many times x equal to x plus 1 will be executed as per the program 1, x equal to x plus 1 in program 2, I mean program B, and in program C. Let us take it into consideration So here, the frequency of execution of this one will be exactly once because it is a single statement. So frequency count will be just exactly once. Whereas if you consider this particular program as far as x equal to x plus 1, if you consider this one here, where n will be the input of this particular control structure. So how many times it is going to execute it here in the sense? N number of times. N times it is going to execute it. Then how many times at this particular place, how many times it is going to execute it here in the sense? I'm talking about only x equal to x plus 1, not any other point of view. So x equal to x plus 1, how many times it is going to execute it here in the sense? So that could be gets executed. So that could be gets executed. So n into n times. N into n times. That is n square times. So input of n will be equal to some 5 in the sense 5 into 5, that is 25 times it is going to execute it. Here also 5 in the sense just 5 times it could be gets executed. Here no control structure, there is no control structure, so that it could be executed just one time. So that is the difference between the frequency count method, where exactly you have to consider. Where so here you'd like to take into consideration this particular statement, how many times I will be, otherwise the three statements will be gets executed here in the sense. First statement will be gets executed for exactly once plus. Second statement will be executed for n plus 1 times plus. So third statement will be gets executed for this will be executed for n times. That is what about for loop 1. And if you take this particular for loop here, this particular for loop into consideration, how many times j will be equal to executed here in the sense, that is n times, because that is the inner loop of ith control structure. And how many times it is going to execute it here in the sense, so n square, so plus 1 times, n square plus 1 times, plus how many times it is going to execute it here in the sense, it will also be executed n square times. Then how many times this particular statement will be x equal to x plus 1 will be executed. This statement will be gets executed how many times here? This could be executed n square times. And if you calculate the frequency count method for this particular whole execution, so look at this 1 plus so n plus 1 plus n plus. So this is first one. Second one is n plus again. So n square plus 1 plus n square times plus n square. If you calculate as a whole, that would be equal to 3n squares. That is 3 into so n square plus. So how many number of n's? 1, 2, 3. 3 n's are there. 3n plus. So how many ones are there? 1, 2, and then 3. So as a result, it could be 3 into so n square plus n plus 1. This is the frequency count methods so complexity for this particular problem. If you take this particular problem, so this could be the 3 into n square plus n plus 1. So this is the total frequency count method here. This is complete one. Whereas, why I'm concentrating only on this particular thing here in the sense, so it is somewhat, as far as a polynomial is concerned, it could be taken n square times. So that is why I'm concentrating on this particular thing. Let us consider. I'd like to take the consideration of this whole thing in terms of a step count method. How many times this particular statement will be gets executed here in the sense, it could be gets executed exactly one time. Exactly. This whole thing will be gets executed exactly, sorry, not n times, n times, sorry, n times. N times it is being executed. So then how many times it is being executed here in the sense? So n square times. How many times it could be gets executed here in the sense? So n square times. As a result, so n plus n square plus again plus n square. Okay. So 2n square plus n. This is the step count complexity. So here, how many number of operations which have been involved within this particular thing, that doesn't matter. How many times it is being executed, how many times the controller will be comes to come back to this particular loop here is for n times. N times it will be come back. So here in the frequency count, how many times in the sense? So I will be equal to 1, I is equal to 1 will be executed for one time, and I less than or equal to n will be executed for n plus 1 times, and this is n. Whereas it could be how many times this entire statement will be executed here. Here is in step count, these many times, n times. Whereas how many times the control will be to execute this particular whole statement will be n squared. X equal to x plus 1, how many times it is being executed for so n squared times. So let us observe the difference between these two. This is 3 into n squared plus n plus 1 times as far as frequency count, whereas it could be considered 2 into n squared plus n times. Okay, so that is the basic difference between the step count. The yellow lines will be step count, the step count and the frequency count. In this way, we have to calculate. Hope that you got the clear idea. Of course, I have been taken so the polynomial kind of effect only. So if you evaluate for this one, so frequency count and step count will be same for program segment A. That is number of times it is being executed 1. Number of steps it will be executed also 1. And then here, so how many times it could be gets executed if you evaluate in detail with the what you call frequency count, it could be somewhat vary something like this. And if you consider something like this, so step count method will be seen in such a way. Based on these two, let's evaluate whatever the questions which may be asked to you in the previous question papers. Let me open the previous question papers. Already I have opened here. So here this question paper will be 2020 October November time. So let us see this one here. Give an algorithm of transpose of matrix of m by n size, and determine the time complexity in terms of frequency count, not step count, frequency count. Okay. So let me write the algorithm for you in MS Paint, and then I'd like to go ahead and execute the evaluate the same thing in terms of frequency count. Okay. Let us take this one here. Okay. So let me write the algorithm for you. Just 5 seconds. Yeah, it's open. So hope that it could be visible to you. Function. So MAT transpose, matrix transpose. So matrix transpose will be taken. So capital A, that is array of matrix. A of 10 by 10, something like that. Capital B, sorry, only one is enough, I think. So comma. So M is first number of rows. N is the number of number of columns. Now, so here the transpose will be seen in such a way. The transpose will be seen in such a way. Okay. There's some small problem in the second function. Matrix transpose of capital A, comma, M, comma, N. They have asked M, comma, N only. So open brace. So here, what we are supposed to do for I equal to 0. So I less than N. because of transpose. Number of columns will be transposed to number of rows, so that it will be taken something like this. So n I plus plus. Similarly, or so j equal to 0. So j less than m. So j plus plus. J plus plus. What occurrences? So b of okay, we'll write b of I comma j will be equal to a of I comma so j. Capital A here. This is capital A. This capital. Okay. So things are gets over. Okay. Then finally it's been closed. If you have any question in terms of B, so let us take what is B here. Okay, if you have any questions as far as B is concerned, so let us consider B of n comma m. Directly you can declare. You can declare in terms of algorithms. Directly you can declare, but in terms of program, it could not possible. It could not possible. Please remember this. Okay, like this it could be. That's it. So this is the final what you call matrix transpose will be taken into consideration. So here, frequency count method will be gets executed. How this could be done here in the sense, let me change the color. Okay, how many times it is being executed? So exactly this could be gets executed. So only one time, single time, and this could be gets executed. So just one time. Let us consider. This could be gets executed. I equal to 0. I equal to 0 can be gets executed for okay. Yes, it is visible. I equal to 0 can be executed. This statement can be gets executed for so one time. So plus. So how many times it is being executed? So this could be gets executed for okay. It is not visible to you, I think. Okay, let me take this one here. This can be executed for so n times plus. And finally, the last one can be gets executed. This will be gets executed for n times again. Okay. Then coming to this particular area, so j equal to 0 will be gets executed for n times plus. Then j less than m can be executed for m into n times plus. Then j plus plus will be gets executed. J plus plus can be executed for so how many times? M n into m times. And this statement can be gets executed for n into 509. I don't know why he was entered like this. So, yeah. And if you so count everything, so let us take it into consideration. It could be gets exactly one times. It could be gets executed for exactly one times. It also be executed for one time only. So if you count everything, how this could be gets calculated here in the sense. So 1 plus. So 1 plus. 1 plus. So n plus. So n plus. Up to this I have completed. Again n plus. So this could be n into m times plus so n into m times plus so n into m times. And if you calculate this one here, so 3 into so m sorry n into m times n into m times plus how many m's are there? 1, 2, 3. 3 into m plus how many things will be 3. And if you calculate this one, where n will be equal to m, for example. This could be taken, this equality could be taken into consideration. 3 into n will be equal to, sorry, not n will be equal to m, m equal to n, m equal to n. If things will be seen in such a way, then 3 into, if m will be equal to n in the sense, n into, so n plus 3n plus 3. So therefore, 3 into n will be n square plus 3n plus 3. Finally, you could get 3 into, so n square plus n plus 3. This is what about, this equality can be taken where m equal to n will be taken into consideration, because normally while taking some kind of input for any algorithm, that is in terms of n only. So this is matrix transposition. So that is why we need order in terms of two different values, that is m by n or n by m or p by q, something like that will be required. So that is why I'd like to consider m equal to n. This equality will be taken into consideration, not exactly the same, consideration. If this will be equal, then we would like to consider that particular problem will be, that particular matrix will be, so 3 by 3, 4 by 4, something like that. Okay. So such kind of things will be taken into consideration. Then 3n square plus 3n plus 3, that is 3 into n square plus n plus, sorry, this is 1, sorry, this is 1 actually, I'm sorry, this is 1. So this is the frequency count method where exactly the problem will be. And of course, we may be add these 3 also. I forget to add those 3. So plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. So finally, it will be comes under, this will be comes under, this will be, this is, and this, these two will becomes, and this also comes under some other value, and this also comes under some other value. Let me write all those. So here it is 6, here it is 6, here it is 6, here it is 2, here it is 2. Okay. In this way, so your frequency count method, as far as the matrix transpose will be gets operated here. That is the point which I'd like to make here. Okay. This is the actual so question output while writing your final examination for this one. You need to write algorithm in the sense, this is the specific algorithm where exactly you need to write. This is the specific algorithm where exactly you need to write here. And so you have to start the frequency count method. In frequency count method, first statement will be executed for once, and this will be taken for once, and so on and so forth. And the evaluation will be took place like this. Finally, you could get this particular so set of operations. Okay. Then, hope that you could get the point here. Then, amortization. What do you mean by amortization here? Amortization is analyzing sequence of operations. Sequence of operations in the sense, so let us consider push. In stack, there is one particular operation, push. So if you are supposed to perform push onto the stack, push might be includes several number of so basic instructions. If top will be equal to maximum, your stack will be overflow. Otherwise, your stack will be so having some space to be introduced. Some set of statements will be there for applying push here. So this push will be considered as one particular operation in terms of amortization. In terms of amortization, whole push will be single. So whole pop will be the set of statements. Whole pop will be so one operation. Here it is one operation. Such kind of operations will be took place. Okay, those will be calculated. And here, average operational cost for fundamental. Let us consider this is fundamental operation. This is also fundamental operation. So this fundamental operations average complexity cost will be taken into consideration, and that is called as amortization. Okay. So So within this one, we have only one thing, that is aggregate method. This method is also called as a summation. Let me give you one example, then you could understand. Amortization complexity will be gets applied something like this. Amortization cost amortization cost per operation will be cost of n fundamental operations divided by n. Let us consider on one particular stack, whatever the stack it might be, whatever the purpose of the stack it might be, it may be taken. So one push. So again one push. So two pops, and then three pushes, and then so two pops, and then one push. For example, these operations will be taken continuously. How many operations are there? So this is first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, and sixth one. Totally 6 operations are there. Cost of n fundamental operations will be, let us consider 1 plus, so 1 plus, so here total operations will be 2 plus, so here total operations will be 3 plus, so here total operations will be 2 plus, so 1 will be equal to, divided by number of operations will be 6. Okay, 1 plus 2 plus 3. So this is 4, 4 plus 3, 7, 7 plus 2, 9, 9 plus 1. 10 divided by 6, that will be equal to, so 1 point, how much it is? 1.6 something like that. 666 something, 1.67. Cost per one particular operation will be 1.67. So here 1.67, here 1.67, here 2 into 1.67, 3 into 1.67, 2 into 1.67, 1 into 1.67. So that is the way it is going to be happen in terms of amortization cost. Amortization is very easy. Finally, so it must not be greater than 2. Must be always, amortization cost will be always greater than or equal to 1 and less than or equal to, let me consider, so just 2. Okay. Time is gets over and topic also gets over. Yeah, attendance has taken. I'll post some